All right. Well, today is May 20th, and this is a soul retrieval healing for Patricia. And here we are. We're just chit-chatting about the notes, the soul retrieval prep, and that you read it this morning.
I didn't read it. I didn't read it yesterday, and I almost did. And then I thought, I think I want to be upstairs in the study, and so I didn't look at it yesterday. And last night, I got all of these dreams that I kept thinking, okay, now wait a minute, or is this really real? I mean, what is this? Is this happening already? And then I read your email and it said it will start the minute that you say
The minute you say yes.
yes, it was all real. It was real. So I sat down this morning and went back into that space and sort of wrote down what I had experienced. So, whoo, gosh, lots going on, Rava. Lots going on over here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, for the soul retrieval, we usually talk about what's going on in your life, what things that you want to see shift in your world, what things you might be struggling with, what patterns, habits, anything that's not necessarily going the way that you would like it to go, that you want to see changed, any symptoms. And we'll present that to the allies. And they're listening now, of course. And so everything that you say would be received as a prayer. And they'll read your heart too.
Okay, so I'm thinking back. My husband and I have decided to go into business with my son,
Mhm.
which has been a huge switch for us. We were retired, everything was great. Granted, we were looking for how to protect or how to invest our retirement money to get any money at all, since there isn't any, there's just nothing going on. And we had sold all of our stock at the end of last year and realized that where we are in our lives right now, we don't need to be in the stock market.
You don't need to be what?
In the stock market.
I got you. Okay.
So we have decided to invest a lot of money into this business for our son. Okay. More money than we ever thought we would invest in in any business. For even if it was Eric, he's never owned his own business.
Mm-hmm.
Jim and I both have, and we know we have an idea what that's like. So of course I wake up in the night and I'm really worried, right? I'm going, oh my God, I think of all of these things that could happen, and how would we, all three of us, recover from this? And then when I wake up, I have this totally different sort of feeling about it, that it's like, oh, I'm really excited. Eric is just, he is all over it. He's opening LLCs and DBAs and we have just backed off, to say, you got this. Okay. And he's got great coaches in this company that he's joining, this franchise company. And so we have now moved into a completely, this just happened yesterday. And the switch was, this is just like, who would have ever thought this would come up, this would be a message that Jim and I would actually, both of us, go bing. Okay, great. Eric was talking about having interviewed with this guy that to maybe get rent warehouse space from him because he's going to have to store some product and stuff along the way because it's floor coverings so it could be tile, it could be carpet, whatever. And rather than renting office and warehouse space from at the start, just anyway. So this guy said to him, I mean, he said, Mom, this guy just said, you know what, this is where I am right now is not the space for you, but I know some people over here that I've met that I'll go and talk to them and I'll get back with you. And then he got back with him and he said, okay, listen, this is what you need to do to even think about it. But I can tell you, my feeling is you're going to want your own space. I'm thinking you're just going to want your own space because I think he said, Eric, this place is a gold mine. He said, I don't live in Augusta, Georgia. I live in Charlotte, North Carolina. And I am just here helping out in this company because this is one of 8 locations in this area that we have, and we're short-staffed here right now. And I'm just here temporarily. I've got to tell you something. There's a gold mine sitting here. He said, business here is popping. He said, you are really nice. Yeah. And I thought, thank you, God.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. This is good. Yeah. So
and some confidence too.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Tonight and last night I did not worry about, I didn't think about it. It cleared everything for me to have an experience with spirit animals and just visions, visions. And it's interesting how that one thing could just take all of the anxiety away from Jim and me. I mean, it wasn't just me. It affected Jim in the same way. So I'm in awe.
What a beautiful place to be, right?
Yeah.
It's that's a high vibrational state, that feeling of awe. And if you can find the appreciation and gratitude, it's even higher,
Yes.
Yeah.
So I wrote that. So my dream last night, should I tell you my dream?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the first thing I dreamed was this Black Panther. No. At first it was a lion. And I said, are you my spirit animal? And I got no. And then I saw a tiger and I said, are you my spirit animal? She was beautiful. She said, no, I'm afraid not. And then the Black Panther appeared. I said, is it really you? And all I could see, all of a sudden, I could just see his big yellow eyes just looking at me with hello. And and I saw his strong, muscular body and shiny. It was in the moonlight. And his coat, his fur was just sparkly, just shiny,
magical.
And so I said, well, I really appreciate you. And he said, you already have a part of me, because I have a black cat, right? It's a tuxedo cat, but he's huge. I mean, he's a panther. He's really big. And he said, I've been with you for a while. I've been with you for a long time. I think he said, I've been with you for a long time. So I asked him what his name was, and he said, Thor. But you call me baby.
Oh, I love that.
I loved it. I went, yep. That works for me. That works for me. So
that's magical, Patricia. You've received your power animal.
One.
Right. Well, and I work with one main power animal.
Well, that would be him.
Yeah. You think, and we can check when we're in there and to see if there's anything else or anybody else that wants to be part of that, or perhaps a power angel will come in and instead of a power animal or something, we'll just see what presents. But I think that's magnificent that that came in last night.
Yeah, it was.
And Panther has come to you before.
Yes, came to me
Yes.
with Malka, with the meditation with Malka.
Yes, that's
Mm,
what I was remembering, the meditation. So, and typically, yeah, they've been walking with us since birth and even in other lifetimes.
that's what sweet
Yeah, baby. Oh my gosh, I love it.
baby. So gentle and so sweet, but absolutely the strength that's unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable. Goes for his prey with a vengeance. But
Mm-hmm.
that black cat's that way. He's so sweet. He's just a loving cat. He doesn't want to fight anything. We've got this little calico. He could just swat her down. Oh, he
Mm-hmm.
just puts up with her. He's okay, And um he's just like that. But yet he's a hunter. And man,
Mm-hmm.
when he gets onto something, he's just he's just vengeful. I mean, he's just all over it, even though he'll play with it a little bit before he's, kills it. But and
Mm-hmm.
we'll go out the door if we see him with a chipmunk or a vole or something. We'll go out and try to get him away from it. Oh man, he gets very upset with us.
Yeah.
Wait,
That's
don't
my treasure.
don't kill it. Don't kill it, Tuxie. Don't kill it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So,
the other
uh,
thing that I thought about with the soul retrieval, I was thinking this morning, what part of my divine essence do I think I'm missing or that I would want to experience? And what came to me was my divine essence that knows the feeling of love without duality,
mm,
that has never experienced duality and would know the purest of love without pain.
mm-hmm. Okay. So really, since the shift yesterday, you don't have any more worry or anxiety about the business. So that's not even on the,
It's not on the
you know,
table.
that's not a symptom anymore.
And
So,
no, and I'll tell you something else that happened. We were needing one investment that we were not going to, it's not due until the middle of July, and we need it for Eric. And so we contacted our advisor and said, if we sold that investment early, like now, how much would we lose?
mm-hmm.
And he said, probably, how do you say it? Little or nothing. You know how much money we lost selling it now? $20.
Oh my gosh, fantastic.
So there again is like,
Yeah.
just it's good. Everything's great. Just
It's in a flow. There's a flow to this. It's going well. I love it.
yeah.
So, one thing I can do is I'll definitely present to them what you just said about love and pure love and the absence of pain and transcending duality and all of that. We can also ask for any essences that are ready to come back
Yeah.
that would benefit you.
Mhm.
Instead of going into to specific symptoms, we'll go in and what's ready to come back that would benefit you the most right now.
I have a problem. I'm a Capricorn, and it's typical that Capricorns have weak knees. And
Oh,
I
I
am
know
one
that.
of those. So
Interesting.
it would be really nice to have that removed. It happens off and on. I have been walking again, and I've been up to, I don't know, I've just been out there walking. But yesterday I walked with Jim, and I walked a mile and a half, which I haven't done in before COVID. And I did I did fine with it. So interesting, that I just feel strong. I feel stronger already. So I
Yeah.
don't know what's happened or what's going to happen, but it's already happening.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. I love that so much. Okay, so we'll bring in the knees and strength for your knees.
Mhm.
Is there an actual diagnosis of your knees, or is it just it? What is it? What is the?
No, I have I hurt my right knee when I was
Mhm,
younger, 30s, early 30s, running, and I really should never been trying to run. I'm just not that athletic, but um I hurt my knee, and I went to a sports medicine doctor at the time, and he said, "Oh, it's not anything that we would ever do surgery for." I went, "What? I am not here to find out about surgery. I'm here to find
mhm,
out what to do to heal my pain, about the
mm,
pain in my knee, which obviously to me looks like that it has some fluid on it."
mm.
And I went home, and it got okay. So it was just strange. And now I've been on this diet when, Jim has been on this special functional medicine program, and it eliminates, first thing they do is eliminate inflammation or any foods that create inflammation. And um, it's made a big difference in my body all over, things that I didn't even consider, or think about. Uh,
Mhm.
Much more flexible. Um, my body feels stronger. And evidently, of course, I do anything I want to do. Like yesterday, we were out in the yard weed eating and digging up weeds and picking up limbs and all that. I mean, we just and we also cleaned the deck, which was with a hose and a brush, and with all the furniture out there. And um, we neither one of us. My arm is a little sore right here. I think just from doing the weed eater, but
Mhm,
didn't keep me awake. I haven't felt any pain.
mhm.
So I think I'm I'm good. My body is pretty strong. Yeah. It
Beautiful.
surprises me. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this will be just a little bit different. It'll be interesting to see what the spirits bring through because they're in the last five that I've done, we had specific symptoms, and we do have, strength and flexibility for your knees as a or weak knees as a symptom. Um, and then we'll go into the love and purity and transcending dualism and all of that, and we'll just see what they bring through. And
That's right.
any soul pieces that are ready to return that would benefit you,
I am
and
open. Yes.
we'll see what happens. So first I'll do an invocation, just stating the energies that we're working with, that I work with, and so you'll hear um, terms sometimes that might not be familiar to you that are familiar to me, like some spirits that I work with called Kuana, that's specific to me. And so, and other ascended master teachers, I'll call in Jesus, I'll call in Lord Buddha, things like and master teachers like that. And so you'll hear those terms. If at any time you during the journey you have any questions, definitely speak up. You can ask
Okay.
any question at any time. Um, it's not like a QHHT session where you are leading it per se. And it's more, I would say, intuitive, and I'm listening. Um, I'm trying to be the clear channel, the hollow bone, the clear channel of communication, just to bring through those messages that my allies and your allies, your team will be here as well, that they're bringing through. And so it'll be a narrative, it'll be a story. So I'll just speak most of the time what
Perfect.
I'm seeing and what I'm receiving, and you can just lay back and relax and close your eyes. And like I said, definitely just, if you have any questions, definitely ask. I'll check in with your power animal and see if there's anything more. I'll ask if there are any guides that want to make themselves known to you that would be beneficial to you in your life,
Great.
um, that want to work with you, that are really here, present, wanting to be here, that you may or may not be aware of. So we'll do the invocation, and then um, I will open your chakras with my rattle. I haven't figured out sound online at all.
Yeah.
You probably can't hear my rat, right? So you won't, if you have your eyes closed, you won't see me, but just know that I'll open your chakras um counterclockwise, to open. And then we'll do the journey. There will be a clearing and a balancing for your chakras, and then we'll do the journey, bring back your soul essences, talk to your power animal, your power angel or spirit guide, whoever wants to come through. And I have this pyramid,
Oh, yes.
and it's like
Nice.
it's like a waiting room. And so there will probably be more than one essence, soul piece, soul part, soul essence that will be returned. And so my allies will put them all in this beautiful pyramid. It's been cleansed and cleared, and would just have your essence in it. And then in the end, I'll blow them into your heart or your crown or whatever the allies tell me to do. However they tell me to return it to you is what I'll do, and I'll make sure you're ready beforehand. Sometimes the allies will do it in the journey. They'll return it directly to your heart. So it varies, but we have this little waiting room crystal here that is my assistant. And then
Nice.
my soul retrieval ally is Horus, and he's an Egyptian god, and he's amazing. And so he does this work very gently and beautifully. And then, so after all your soul essence has been returned, and there might be some vitality that comes back to with your signature, in addition to soul essences. And we'll see if that comes through. Those usually come through if there's an extraction, a thought form, a repetitive thought form, like maybe something will come up surrounding dualism, how you currently think, and maybe they'll go in and unravel that thought and put
Good.
a new thought form in there for you that will lead you towards transcendence instead of staying in the dualistic place. And when we unravel thought forms, things that you've been thinking repetitively over the years, our energy is in there. And
Yes.
so in the form of vitality, because you're thinking it, so there's energy being, over and over and over, and there's actually a structure created in the ethers, a thought form.
Mhm.
And so when the allies go in and unravel that, they extract your essence or your vitality, and that can come back to you too. And that feels amazing to get vitality and soul essences. And I'll bring in Reiki at some point and fill you. So you should just feel amazing in the end, just
Yay.
full and whole and complete. And then I'll close your chakras, not all the way, just to the point where it's appropriate for you. Um, like my third eye, for example, in a session, I'll be wide open. But if I'm going throughout my day, I don't want to walk around wide open
Right.
psychically. And so I'll close it just a little to a place where it's comfortable. And then we will note it in the Akashic records, what has happened here today. And um, um, we'll just go through it. It's a beautiful, gentle process. And um, yeah, that's about it. That's the whole thing. So are you
Sounds
ready?
great. I have my
You're offering.
apple. This is my
Excellent.
my offering. Yes.
Okay. You'll put that outside after the ceremony today, and as an offering to the spirits who came in support to help you,
Okay. Super.
or maybe to your panther, or maybe to all of them, just yeah, that's beautiful. Okay, so get comfortable.
I'm gonna move all this. I'm gonna move.
Perfect. Take your time.
I'm gonna put on my headset, my headphones.
I'm gonna grab my water.
I'm going to, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
I'm going to fix you so you can still see me.
Great. Thank you.
And I'm gonna cover up my feet.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see me okay?
Yes, that's perfect. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Great Spirit, we send our voices to the angels and the spirits asking for your divine assistance here today for Patricia's soul. We ask that you help Patricia to move beyond the densities of earth into those places of purity, pure love, pure light, pure truth, pure wholeness, pure health, pure well-being, pure allowing and receiving. I ask to put my ego and personality aside and to be the hollow bone, a clear channel of communication, to be of assistance in a good way. And I ask that the words spoken be of the highest vibration and optimally beneficial to Patricia today. Thank you. We call to the angelic realm, including the archangels, the guardian angels, the healing angels, the angels of ascension, and the angels of soul retrieval. And I call specifically to Archangel Michael and Archangel Metatron to be part of this session today. We thank you for being here. You're so welcomed here. We ask that only beings of the highest divine love and light, truth, wholeness, and compassion be allowed to be with us today. And we ask Archangel Michael to be the gatekeeper of this. And I say thank you.
Thank you.
We call to the ascended masters and teachers, including Lord Buddha and Lord Jesus Christ, Kuan Yin, Isis, Sekhmet, Kali, Horus, all of those named and unnamed, known and unknown. We thank you, benevolent ones. Call to the Reiki masters and teachers and ask that the symbols of Reiki be fully activated to their highest form within and surrounding each of us. Chokure, Seiheki, Honshaze Shonen. Extending that beautiful bridge of light, connecting us heart to heart. Daikomyo, holy fire, holy fire, holy fire. Zonar, Halu, Hearth, Rama, Nosa, Yahweh, Shanti, Kriya. Thank you, thank you. We call to those spirit guides, those benevolent allies that walk beside us and understand this physical experience. Those beings that can assist Patricia to fully integrate this healing gently and immediately. And we say thank you. We call to the power animals, the body protectors, the gatekeepers, and the angels of neutrality. We call to our true selves and feel ourselves within that true self that is unwounded and unwoundable. We feel that part expanding and emanating from us. I also ask for my shaman's cloak and mirror, and I say thank you. We call to the spirits of the medicine wheel and the directions of the medicine wheel, the east, that place where that place of the rising sun and new beginnings, the element of air. And to the south, the full expression of being, the noontime sun, the element of fire. We say thank you. Playfulness in the south. Yes, thank you. And in the west, we call to you the element of water, fair medicine. Thank you, thank you. And to the north, to the ancestors, the quality of wisdom. And to the above, we say thank you and receive the energies from the above into our being, the divine energies that flow into us. And from the below, we send tap roots from the chakras in our feet opening up. We send tap roots down to the core of Mother Earth and connect in with her, sending blessings and receiving blessings. We say thank you. And that beautiful energy from the above and the below enters our being and mixes together within our hearts. And we feel connected and grounded. And to the direction of the within, that place of true self. Thank you. We call to the ancestors, the ascendants and the descendants, the creators of these ceremonies and these lineages. We ask for your blessing here today for Patricia, and we say thank you. We call to the elements of earth, air, fire, water, and sacred space and say thank you for being here. We call to the benevolent deities of the sun, the moon, the stars, the planets, the galaxies, and the universe. We call to the enlightened beings of ascension, Kuwana. We call to the benevolent hidden folk, the nature spirits, and the nature angels, the fairies, the gnomes, the devas, the elementals. We say thank you for your presence here, sparkly ones. We love you and say thank you. And to those of this healing altar, this healing room, land and lineages, we welcome you. I ask that you bridge the energies between Patricia and this space, and that Patricia feels your love and support. And I say thank you. We call home to Patricia any soul pieces, healing of any curses, spells, oaths, contracts, vows, declarations, promises, aspects, and cords. We ask that you read beyond any limitation of words here today to read Patricia's heart. Whatever would serve her to her highest good and most benevolent outcome is welcomed. And I say thank you. We're asking here today for an immediate, powerful, and gentle healing for the following symptoms. And our symptoms that we're asking for help with today are weakness in Patricia's knees. And so we're asking for strength and flexibility for her knees, and any soul pieces, any vitality, any healing that needs to take place surrounding that. We ask that you bring that forth and make us aware of what needs to be healed and how to heal that. Say thank you. And we're asking for assistance today for Patricia knowing the feeling of pure love, pure divine unconditional love that transcends duality. So we ask again to rise above the densities of earth, rise above the densities of pain and suffering to that place of true self, that place of purity where there is a transcendence of duality, the place of neutrality and non-judgment. So anything and everything that can come forth to assist Patricia in understanding and knowing and embodying this feeling of pure love, pure divine love is welcomed. And we say thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, dear ones. Thank you, blessed ones, as we know you have already put this healing into motion. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Aho, watakuyasin, plani mae, wopila amalo. Aho. So I'm going to open your chakras now, starting with your soul star chakra. So that's above your crown. Opening your crown, your third eye, your throat, your heart, your solar plexus, your sacral, your root, and your earth star chakra. Hmm. All the spirits are here, all the benevolent ones. And first, my extraction ally comes in and wants to do just a clearing and cleansing and balancing of each chakra. And my extraction ally is a trio of Rainbow, Archangel Michael, and Holy Fire. And they work together in a beautiful way to extract out energies that no longer are serving. And so they're just moving through your energy field now. And Holy Fire comes in with a very gentle burning sensation, a burning that is clearing and cleansing, coming in with a violet flame as a violet flame, which is often associated also with Kuan Yin, who is the goddess of compassion and mercy. So I say thank you for your presence here. And just allowing that gentle cleansing to happen, and clearing and balancing, rejuvenating, recalibrating, so that they're all working together in harmony. All of your energy systems, not just the chakras, but all of your physical body, the systems in your physical being are being it's just a very slight shift to a complete recalibration. And so they're all shifting and moving just ever so gently and easily to reposition themselves to a place that where it looks like a puzzle that fits perfectly together. All these parts working together in harmony and balance, and there's joy in your body now, and that's beautiful. So I said thank you, thank you, thank you. And they'll continue to do this work, clearing. They're saying they're clearing physical, mental, spiritual, emotional, etheric bodies. They're just doing it's very gentle, but it's very thorough at the same time. And so truly we just walk around throughout our day and can pick things up that stick to us because our lights are bright and there are there are intrusions and they just kind of attach, and it's not really a big deal, but it is a important thing to take care of our energy system and clear every now and then, and that maintenance. And so that's what they're doing for you. And they're saying this is in preparation for all of the soul pieces to come back and have a place to land, these perfect puzzle pieces that are coming back. So they're just clearing the way for all of that to happen in a beautiful, succinct way. And my power animal, Noah, who's a black bear, is here now. And Horus, my curse unraveling and soul retrieval ally, is here now. And today Horus is showing up as sort of a zebra-like body. He often shapeshifts, and today he has a lion's head and these magnificent, enormous wings. And he invites me to get on his back. And we're going on a journey, he says. We're going to a different dimension, another lifetime, he says, and we are retrieving a soul part, a soul piece, in essence, And so I'm on his back now. We're just flying through the cosmos, crossing through a barrier that looks sort of like plasma into another dimension, another realm. And the space that we're in now is really bright and sparkly and beautiful, and we're just flying. He says this is very far away. And so we're traveling and traveling. And we're landing in a forest. And he's taking me to this very special, sacred, precious location where there is it looks almost like a treasure chest, but it's glowing and sparkling, and there's jewels that are adorning it, and it's just magnificent looking. And it's hidden very purposefully in this area. And there's a story coming in now about this particular soul piece that your that you decided to put here for safekeeping. And it had to do with another person. And you are school aged, elementary school age, maybe not quite a teenager. You're young. And there is a person standing next to you. It could be a parent. And I see a body of water. And I see a school desk that, it has the table and the chair and they're connected, and they're showing, they're saying it was an event that was very difficult for you that happened in school or around the school, and not only difficult but very traumatic. And there was it's as if they're using the word chastised. You got in trouble for, and it's something that you don't quite understand, and so it was very confusing, hurtful, troubling to you. You didn't understand what was happening, but you were in such deep trouble with these authority figures that it changed the way that you thought about yourself, what you believed about yourself, about who you are. And it changed in that moment. And so this piece brings back the quality of pure love, the quality of discernment that you didn't have the capacity at that age to discern, to know that the adults in this case were overreacting, and you left this piece of yourself there for safekeeping. It's at a very, very high vibration, this soul piece. Horus is running it through the vitality spa, which for me is an ocean wave, and just cleansing it and clearing it of any programming, any densities, and making sure that it contains only your signature energy. And he actually wants to bring back all of the jewels, all of these precious stones that are adorning this container that's holding your soul essence. And he wants to bring the jewels back because they were very specifically placed there by you and they're important to you. It looks like maybe an emerald or it's a green stone, peridot, emerald. But when I first saw it, it was glowing, just this bright white light, and again, it's a very high vibration piece. The container and the soul piece is very, very high vibration, pure love, the highest vibration really that exists as far as I know. Pure unconditional love. Horus is gathering additional vitality just from that scene, additional signature energy. There was a lot invested in this moment, a lot of emotion, and so a lot of vitality, and some of your essence was left there. And so he's gathering all of that up, cleansing it and clearing it, ensuring that it's just your signature energy. And he's put it into my pyramid, my waiting room. So I say, thank you, Horus. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And he's saying we can move on from that scene now, that that's complete. And I'm seeing an image now of, usually when I see this image and when Horus and Kuan Yin are here, it's indicative of a curse on the feminine, on the females in a lineage and in your entire lineage. And they're saying it's blood and spiritual lineage. And so when Kuan Yin comes in, it's always about the divine feminine, and she comes in and does this type of work often. I see this quite a bit. And she's coming in, and she sometimes is depicted as a goddess with 1,000 arms or 100 arms or many, many arms. And she is doing her work, unraveling this curse. We're asking to be undetected and untraceable in this work, and ask for my cloak of invisibility as well. And I say thank you. And so this is a professional tended curse that happened a long, long time ago. And I see this in many with many women, and it's something that I'm always very happy to remove, or to be to facilitate the removal of, because once that's done, and she's doing her work right now, once that's done, all of the feminine, all of the women in the lineages just kind of plump up. That the curse is about oppression and keeping us down and keeping women small. And so when that's removed, the women step into their power and they plump up, and there's a celebration now, and it's happening from the the inception of the curse, way, 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 way back when, and it's coming forward now, the plumping up, coming forward now into your current situation. And I can just see the cells in your body plumping up and receiving this. They're asking for some nourishment now. So I'm just going to fill with Karuna Reiki, Holy Fire Karuna Reiki, asking to fill these places that are asking for nourishment. Just fill that. And energy flows where it's most needed, and it knows what you need. Thank you. And that curse has been unraveled. That is complete. There was vitality in there, your vitality, that needs to go through a cleansing process to be deprogrammed. And so Kuan Yin is doing that in an ocean wave and saying that this is returned to its purest form now. And she's placing it in the pyramid waiting room. So I say, thank you, Kuan Yin. Thank you for completing that work and freeing the lineages, and freeing Patricia, all of the women in those lineages. Thank you. And all of the energy that was cleansed and cleared with that violet flame, the holy fire, my extraction ally came in and had gone through your entire physical, mental, spiritual, emotional, etheric, all of your bodies, and has gathered up all of those energies and is sending them off to their next evolutionary home to be transmuted into pure potentiality. Thank you. And they're showing you just beautifully cleansed and cleared and sparkly, and all of the systems are just working in harmony and rotating as they should be at the speed that they should be. All the chakras are working together. You're very clear. And there's a spirit, an elemental. Oh, it's a fairy. There's a fairy here.
It's me.
What?
It's me.
It's you. Are you a fairy?
Oh, she says I am.
You are a fairy. And she's showing up in the form of just like an iridescent orb. It's really beautiful. And she's ever so gently making her way over to your right shoulder and just resting there and whispering in your ear. She's here to help you understand purity and what love is in its purest form. And she's doing it in such a joyful way, a sparkly way.
She's playful.
She's playful.
And her name is Sage.
Well, hello, Sage. Welcome. Thank you for being here. I got shivers all over when you said her name.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, her energy is just lovely, light and crisp and beautiful and magical and wispy. It's just lovely, so clear. So she wants to teach you about love from a different perspective, from the perspective of an elemental. And we know that the elementals, one of their jobs is to sing the plants and flowers into being. And there are many, like, for example, if I have a tree called a moringa, and it has many different parts to it, not just the tree. It has its trunk and the branches and the leaves and the flowers and all of the internal circulatory system that is connected to all the tree nation and, all around the world. And, by the root system. And so she says, she would like to show, well, to get back to that, like, so there's an elemental or a fairy or some part of the hidden folk who sing each of these parts of the tree into being. And it's sing and dance, and Sage is talking about that and wanting to show you all the different ways that she experiences love and that she expresses love, to give you, it's this higher vision, this new understanding, this new perspective that's grand. It's a grand perspective. It's very vast and open, and your ability to understand it through Sage is magnified. It's very easy for you. And she's here to assist. And so I say, thank you, beautiful one. Thank you.
I feel that. I feel that.
So I'm
It's
wanting to
perfect.
ask, what?
It's pure and perfect and
It's so
birthday.
pure,
Yes,
so pure.
it's creation.
Yes, the energy of creation.
Mhm.
Wow, that purity, it's beautiful. Sage has walked with you for a long time. Um, she's there. She really wants to teach you.
I'm open.
Yeah. And so I'm wondering if there is a teacher, a guide, an ally, a spirit, a benevolent one that Patricia can work with on transcending duality, getting to that place of neutrality, pure neutrality. And Sage comes in again. And so she is here to teach you about love and transcending duality. She says to connect with her that she has that she'll give you step by step, even down to the minute details, step by step process if you ask her for it. And this relationship will develop beautifully and develop so strongly and powerfully as you work together on this new way of seeing love and this new way of thinking about duality and neutrality, dualism and neutrality.
Excellent. Thank you.
And there's a very pure connection between the two of you already.
Mm-hmm.
She's showing it like a heart to heart connection. So to drop into your heart and you can connect with her anytime.
I will.
Thank you, Sage.
Thank you.
Oh, and I see your panther now. He's coming through and circling you and saying he's also a protector being, that when you journey to other realms, you can ask him to be there as a protector to keep you safe.
Thank you.
You can ask him to protect your physical body as well. You can ask him to protect the people in your life that you love, your belongings that you want to keep safe and sacred. Anything that you want to be protected. He's saying just envision him circling it and know that that is the protection, that it is in place when you can see that. And you would, with your intention, ask him to do that, and he will. And you'll know that you're protected.
Thank you. I ask for that. And thank you.
You asked for the protection?
I'm asking for the protection and I thank you.
Yes. Do you see him circling you?
I do.
Beautiful. It's very methodical and slow and almost meditative how what I'm seeing as he's circling you.
Mhm.
It seems very sacred to me.
Almost
It
ritual,
feels,
almost like ritualistic.
yes, there's
Yeah.
something, maybe a ritual aspect to it. Maybe you tune into him and he can teach you about ritual and ceremony in your life. How you might bring certain things into your life
Right.
through ritual to assist you.
Great.
He says you very much like that's part of your design, ritual and ceremony, whether you know it or not, that, but it's very, uh, you're stepping into that, or it's important to step into that as you move forward. They're just showing you, I think the word is intentionality. And they're showing you moving forward very thoughtful with wisdom and with intention. And taking things slowly, considering them, checking in with your team for answers, and never second guessing. Like you're so sure. There's this discernment here. And I remember one of the essences is bringing back that as well. So maybe there will be a different aspect to discernment that will be brought back to you.
Mm. Powerful.
Oh, and Horace is here again, saying we're hop on his back. So I'm hopping on his back, and we're flying now. It's interesting how far away these pieces feel.
Mm.
It's interesting to me. Just something I'll note. It hasn't come up in this way before. I haven't experienced it in this way, so I just find it intriguing. And he says it's because you were very thoughtful and intentional about where you put them, that you were so careful that you knew where they would be, that they were, all these pieces of you are very safe. There was never a question that they would be disturbed or unearthed or, anything. It was, you were deliberate, intentional, and you put them far away. And so that's interesting. So thank you for the explanation. Thank you, Horace. So we're still flying. Now we're flying through a dimension that's dark. There's darkness. There are stars here.
Mhm.
We are going to, he's saying it's like the furthest place that you can go in the galaxy is where you've put this piece. And that you love the stars, and you love, like they're showing you as a child, like stargazing. And so it makes sense that you would put it there.
I do love it.
Yeah. There's a big smile on your face as I see you just looking into the stars. And like, even though the situation was difficult where you chose to put a soul piece here and a soul piece there, that you knew what you were doing. You are very advanced. You knew what you were doing, and you knew how to protect these pieces, and you knew that this day, it's like a prophecy. You knew today would come
Oh,
well
good.
in advance.
Good.
And I have shivers all over my body right now. That's amazing. Um and so he's just pointing that out, how deliberate you were and intentional you were, and that you knew the process already, and this day was written, this day of us coming together and you receiving your parts back. And so now I see him, like his wings just reaching out long, long distances, and he's just pulling. He's telling me the stories are not important. The story surrounding the situation where the soul piece was put aside, for safekeeping, that they were traumas, but the story is not important to bring up and relive. So I say thank you for that. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
And so I see him just pulling from 3, 4, 5 different places now. He's saying other lifetimes, other dimensions, like how you intentionally would put them in these places very far away for safekeeping. And so he's gathered all of the essence, all of your beautiful, he's saying there's vitality in here too. There's essence and vitality, and he has it in the form of the sun, and he's holding the sun between his two wings and brings it into his heart to cleanse it and clear it. All of that signature energy, deprogramming, cleansing, clearing, making sure it's just your pure signature energy. And that is complete, he said, and he's placing that in my pyramid. So I say, thank you. And that's massive. That piece is massive and powerful. And so that'll be exciting to receive back.
Mm.
They're saying there's an aspect now. And an aspect is an actual part of who you are that is slightly different from a soul essence, a piece of a soul essence. And so I'm just going to let that land and see what they show me about this aspect. The age is 11, 12, 13-ish, right around in there.
Mhm.
They're showing a sort of desolate place. It looks like desert. I see sand, and it's very vast and open and just desolate. And we're moving very quickly through this desert to the farthest corner again. And it's really interesting there. So I'm seeing a cactus, and you're here as a little one, 11-ish, 12-ish, something like that, and a young one, and you're showing me where you hid this aspect, and it's behind the cactus. And this particular cactus has pokies on it, the sharp
Mhm.
protector thing, barbs, and you're saying it's at the very tip of this particular pokey thing is where this where you hid this aspect. And so I'm asking about the qualities of this aspect and what she is, what she brings back to you. This aspect is incredibly connected with nature and the nature spirits, like your fairy, like Sage. They're showing her like dancing again, very, very high vibration. This one has abilities beyond your imagination, even. This one has abilities, and it's all about connecting with nature and working with the elements:
Mhm.
earth, air, fire, water,
Perfect.
ether, whatever you consider the other, sacred space, great mystery. So your connection, this one is it's like she is the connection or something. She's more than that, she says, but she is so connected that she's almost is the connection. She's saying she doesn't become the element. Like, it's not like you merge with the fairy, with Sage. You don't do that, she says. But there's a very specific, I'll say, protocol that she can bring in for connecting in a good way, because there is a specific way to connect to the fairy realm. Like, we're not in my teachings, in my understanding, there's a very specific way to connect, and that we're not really humans aren't really invited to go into the fairy realm, but there's a way to do it, and I can teach you if you're interested, or Sage can teach you. Like, we meet at the space between the place between the realms, right? The space between the place between the realms, and that's where we meet certain elementals. And so I think I'll tell you just a little bit more. They're saying to tell you. So Elementals are middle world spirits, and middle world spirits can be benevolent or not so benevolent. And it's not that they're um, um, like a gnome or elf or a David. It's not that they're not benevolent, but they can show up as trickster energy that we wouldn't perceive as necessarily fun or benevolent. And so when you're working with the elementals, we always ask to work with the highest version, the true self, like connecting to the highest version of an elemental, the benevolent one, some of those words, so that you're just saying who you want to work with and who you don't want to work with. And that they're all loving beings that are here for your benefit and not trying to trick you or send you astray. Okay. Uh, so this aspect, she's very much a water being, like they show I'm at the ocean right now with her, and she's sparkly, she's wearing a sundress, she's just magical and floaty and really, really, like I said before, very connected. And so they are typically, my allies will age an aspect and mature the aspect. And so I'm asking if that will happen. Yes. And so they've aged and matured it, but maintained the purity and that connection. And so it was the reason why they're doing that is to allow that aspect to integrate into your energy system seamlessly, and that the vibrations match. And that clearing was very important, they say, so that the vibrations match. This is an important piece to you for your future, they say, for your next steps, really, in every area. And they're showing ritual and ceremony again, that is the intentionality surrounding doing your spiritual work, whatever that might be. The apple, putting an offering out, that's what we're in now is a ceremony. It's just maybe something to explore, but they're saying you're very much a person who enjoys the ritual and ceremony, and they're showing you as a ceremonial leader, as a person who runs these magical, I don't know, it could even be a workshop or something, but a ceremonial leader. They're saying you've lived many lifetimes as a ceremonial leader. Indigenous tribe, in indigenous ways, in many different capacities. Mm,
That's exciting to me.
yeah. So this aspect, they are wanting to merge with her with you into your being. So this is part of you. It has been cleansed and cleared. It is at a very, very high vibration that matches your energy now. And so, are you ready to receive that aspect back, Patricia?
I am.
You are. Thank you. So they're showing it. The aspect is you're standing facing the sun, and your aspect is to the left of you, and they're showing her the same size as you, and everything, the same vibration, and it's sliding to the right and merging into your being. And it's locked in. Yes, thank you. So it entered, it has been locked in, it's sealed within you. It's expanding and this is a beautiful, magical piece, part of you that brings this fairy-like energy and joy to you, like to who you are. Like it's already there, but it brings it to more in a more in a deeper way, in a more profound way, in a clearer way. There's magic here.
It's freer. It's very free.
Ah,
Yeah, it's a free flowing. I feel it.
yes, and soaring, flowing, flying, floating, all those beautiful ways of being. Yes.
Wow.
I'm just going to send some Reiki, Holy Fire, Karuna Reiki to you now, and just allow that to integrate for a minute. Shokurie Seiheki, Hoshase Shonin, Daikomio, Holy Fire, Holy Fire, Holy Fire, Zonar, Halu, Hearth, Rama, Nosa, Yave, Shanti, Hearth, Hearth, Hearth. Mm. The Reiki is just going and just ever so gently and beautifully flowing into your auric field and smoothing out certain areas that are asking to be smoothed out. And there's even some little weak spots. I'll call that like a weak or a dense spot that they're repairing and filling and smoothing over. Sometimes when there's these little weak areas in our aura that things can come in and attach. And so we're just creating that protective, beautiful, sealed aura. That beautiful aspect of you feels like it's home. It feels like home. It feels very good there. And my team says this is complete. So I say thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, and your panther is here circling. Thank you. Feels to me that this just needs some time.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
I can feel it all over my body.
I'm asking about the other pieces now because I want to make sure it's gentle for your system. So Horace is saying um, to just ever so gently blow those soul pieces and vitality into your heart and seal that in. So are you ready to receive those pieces back?
Yes, absolutely.
That beautiful divine essence of you. Okay. So here we go. Your heart is already open. So I'm going to blow them into your heart now. Here they come. Don't know when. That's nice and sealed now into
Mhm.
your heart. Just asking for this integration to be gentle.
It's
Your
very nice.
panther. I'm sorry, Patricia, what did you say?
It's very nice.
Good, good. Gentle. Your panther and sage are helping with the integration process. There's somebody else that wants to come forth now. Benevolent one. And this one is a oh, she, he, I would say gender neutral, they, right? They are appearing as they're from the upper world. So they are a benevolent divine being. They're showing up as like a wizard, a magician, a medicine woman, a tribal elder, like all in one. This is a shaman. This being is a powerful, powerful entity that wants to assist you with ritual and ceremony as a way to integrate. This being is gigantic in like how they feel to me,
Mhm.
and incredibly powerful. You can ask questions, and they're reminding me to tell you to go into your heart. So do a journey from head to heart, and that's where you can connect with your team, all these benevolent ones. And this giant blessed one, the presence, just feels just so giant. They say you can connect and receive the name. Sometimes the names come through me, and sometimes they want you. It's more special. It's specific to you, what that name is. And that this energy is available to you if you want to create an altar that's specific to your integration, if you want to understand how to do ritual in a good way, how to do ceremony in a good way, that you can ask this being. It's a master of ceremony. It understands all the aspects of it knows it's all knowing. This being is all knowing and has just so much wisdom and information to pass on to you.
Mhm.
I say thank you for showing up in support of Patricia today. Thank you.
Mhm.
I'm just asking now if there's anything else that needs to be done, that wants to be said, that wants to be received, released, healed. And I think that, well, they're saying the healing is complete because the aspect that needs time, that needs some time to integrate. I don't, they're saying everything that is ready to come back in this particular session has come back, has been returned, received by you, sealed into your being. So that part is complete. And that now it's just being gentle with yourself and feeling that magic within and that love and just the allowing the process, because it takes a minute for your physical being to catch up with the energetic work.
Yeah, it feels like a leap.
Yeah, it does to me too. And if you want to, in your mind's eye, one way to develop a relationship with these new allies, these new benevolent ones, well, and some of them you already have a relationship with, but to make an offering, to say hello. And then in your mind's eye, like I might make an offering of lavender or flowers or a piece of meat to my bear, just in my mind's eye, and I offer it to him. And so that's one way to develop a relationship. And another way is just to, when you wake up in the morning, say hello to your panther and hello to Sage and your other allies. And here's what I've got going on today. Can you help me? Or give them a spiritual to-do list. And can you help me with these tasks? Your power animal is very task oriented. Yeah. And then just all throughout the day, say hello or check in or ask for guidance. And the guidance that come from benevolent ones will always be in your highest and best good. It will always be positive. It will never come through as something critical or judgmental, ever, ever, ever. They're benevolent ones. So the way they speak to you is loving and kind and beautiful.
I have new friends.
What?
I have new friends.
You have new friends? Yes. So I ask that this healing be noted in the Akashic records for Patricia Darden on May 20th, 2023 at 10:26 a.m. We say thank you.
Thank you.
I ask that this moves through all time and all space, and that all DNA and all lifetimes, we've moved to the core and the root. We've healed at that level. And I've asked the angels, I ask the angels to fill Patricia with divine love and light, and that this healing be of the most benevolent outcome for all involved. I ask that the healing integrate gently, full of ease and grace, yet immediately, and that Patricia feel the relief and all these new beautiful qualities as she moves forward in life. And it just keeps getting better and better and better. I ask Archangel Michael to cut, pull, or heal any cords and clear them that are no longer serving Patricia's highest good. And I ask that they be filled with divine love and light, any healing that has taken place. I thank all the beings who came forth today, all of the benevolent ones, the blessed ones, the angels and the spirits, all of the helpers and allies. And I thank my helpers and allies. And I ask that you move us back into the middle world now. And so it is. It is so. Genistoi. Aho. Matakuyasin. Thank you, Patricia. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Take your time. If you want, you can just stay there. Or you can take your time and come back and talk. Usually I don't have words afterwards, it's like you're still in an altered state, but it's really up to you.
I do feel like I'm in an altered state, but
Yeah.
it was wonderful. do feel like definitely parts of me have joined. I have this painting that I asked a friend of mine to paint for me
Mhm.
because I got a dream catcher
Yeah.
from a really good friend of mine for a birthday present.
Yeah.
And I asked him to paint a picture for me that would be um, indicative of my indigenous person. And I don't have any, well, I do. I know that I have one of my ancestors was an American Indian,
Mhm.
but when I had my DNA stuff done, it didn't show up. But
Mm.
in my heart, it's there.
Yeah.
And now I see why. Now
Mhm.
all of this comes back to me as really ancient knowledge.
Yes.
It's been a part of me for so long. And I've been disconnected from it. I haven't known how to get it and trust it. And
Mhm.
now
Being is
that
here now to
I
teach
have
you
it, yes, it's perfectly wonderful. Thank you so
because
much.
you're ready. Yeah, you're ready.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. I thought
I
it was so interesting that it was so clear to me that you set this up, that you set
Yes.
all of this up, that you sent your pieces so far away. It was very intentional, very deliberate because you knew this day would be here. And I've never heard that before. Like it was prophesized by you as a child or something that you knew, you know, in your soul that you would get them back in this way.
That is
And
so
now you're
amazing.
ready. Now
Yeah.
you're ready for um and you're ready to move forward with learning the from this new being. There
Mhm.
there's so this being, I mean, when I say giant, it's magnificent and enormous and so powerful. And that's your teacher of, ceremony, ritual, indigenous, anything indigenous that you want to know, because they're I want to say a shapeshifter. Even they're like a wizard, like in the best of ways, not anything negative.
Mhm.
A wizard, a magician, a shaman, a medicine woman, all of those qualities are, and it said it was all knowing, and so it has all the qualities and all of the knowledge that you need and could ever want. It's right there.
Super.
Wow. The aspect when it merged with you, that feels like it needs a lot of time just to integrate. Yeah. Yeah. So I'll
Yeah.
send
It was big. It was big.
yeah. I'll send you a little aftercare note. But if you can, just be really gentle with yourself the rest of the day,
And tomorrow. And
and
tomorrow.
and and
Yeah.
do whatever you want and whatever nourishes you and feeds your soul, and go for a walk in nature, or whatever it is. But and drink a lot of water, and just like after any sort of clearing, just be gentle, and don't jump into some big project or something if you can help it, and just let that process complete itself. Yeah.
Mhm.
The integration.
This feels life changing. A very different new chapter. It's
Yeah.
great. And I'm ready. And I know I'm ready for it. It's
I know you're ready to.
I
Yeah.
know
That's
it's
clear.
time. It's
Yeah.
time.
It is. Your
Timing's
time.
perfect. It's just perfect. Rob, I cannot thank you enough. I just
My
can't thank
pleasure.
you
My
enough.
honor, my pleasure. You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
More to come, Rava. More to
More
come.
to come. Yes.
You have a great rest of the day. I'm going to go back and feel.
Go feel. Yeah.
Just feel.
Just
Mhm.
feel. Nice.
Mhm. Wow. I love this baby. I love this baby. He's so huge, so big, so powerful.
He looked very sleek
He is.
and
Yeah.
shiny and, just stealth in the way that he moves,
That's the
very
word.
stealth.
That's the word. That's the word that I heard. Very,
Oh,
very stealthy. Yeah.
yeah.
Perfect. Perfect word.
Mm.
Yeah. And an owl has been around a lot. We have seen him in the daytime, my husband and I, and he's 2 feet at least tall. He's huge. He's huge.
Wow.
He's been all around our house. We've heard we've heard him at night, but we've seen him twice.
Maybe he has a message.
I think he's a part of this. I'll be
Yeah.
open to that.
Love it.
Mhm.
Does ceremony resonate with you?
Mhm.
Oh, it does. Yeah.
And it's not something that I do.
I didn't know if it was or not, but it's pretty strong in like your design, like in who you are is what they're saying. Ritual, ceremony. Yeah.
It is. It's a new part of me that it's time for. It is. And I think part of it I had let go of because of persecution.
Mm.
But that feels healed, which is pretty nice.
I just got shivers all over. Yeah. That was healed today. That was in your lineage, spiritual and blood lineage. Interestingly, the curse, this curse is, it's not every woman that I have worked with, but it comes up 60% of the time at least, as a curse to be removed. And it's always Kuan Yin that shows up, and I always have the same image. So I know what they're about to do. And it's about oppression and yep, that's been healed, that's gone. And it freed, like they showed all the women just sort of plumping up, right? Like it just freed.
Yes, it's like all of this can fill in again. All of
Yeah.
this, all of my body can, instead of sinking down, it can fill in. That's exactly right.
Not the small. It's like keeping women small, right? No, expand, step into your
So,
power, like be
feel
who you are,
feel
unapologetic.
yourself. Yes.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
It's very nice. And it is true. It has been in my family.
Mm.
No question.
Mhm.
Not a very healthy family or loving family.
Yeah.
Not always.
Mhm. Yeah.
But I knew that was a part that I didn't need anymore. And I got that through TDR. And so that has shifted. So now I'm ready for this next part.
Mhm.
I see that. I was prepared.
Yes.
And this is perfect. Go get out my buffalo drum.
Your buffalo drum. We have the same drum. Yeah.
We
Buffalo.
do.
Yeah.
We do. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, darling. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. You're so welcome.
Again. We'll talk again soon.
Yes. I'll see you Wednesday if we don't talk before then. But if you think about it, I'd love to hear, just check in with me or I'll check in with you. And if not, that's okay. I'll see you Wednesday. But blessings on your day.
Thank you. And right back. You're wonderful. Thank you ever so much.
Thank you, and you're welcome. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.